Here are 5 early retirement regrets that older retirees have shared with me. So I talked to a number of older retirees in my community, and I asked them to share if they had any regrets whatsoever about retiring early. And I was pretty amazed at the consistency between each of their answers. So I compiled a list, and I want to share that with you. Now, I did retire early. I retired at 63. I'll be 71 in 2 weeks. And you could see my input on an episode I did called I Retired Early, Was It Worth It? But now I want to talk about what these folks have put together, and it's pretty amazing. So the number one, not the number one regret, but the number one on this list is they did not plan properly. And I'm not talking about fiscal planning or healthcare planning. They didn't come up with something that they would do after they had retired. What are they going to do with the rest of their life? They're used to working 30, 40, some 50 years. What do you do? Retirement day comes. What do you do the next morning? So they never considered that. They never decided, well, maybe I'll volunteer a couple of days a week. Maybe I'll work a part-time job. What do you do for your, I'll pick up a hobby. I'll pick up golf. I've never golfed before, but I think I could do that. They never considered that. And those early first few years were a very, very tough adjustment for them. And here's another one. Number 2, they regret that they did not spend more of their retirement money early on things that they wanted, such as travel, such as just enjoying life while they were physically able to do so. They did not, that is a big regret, that they held on to their money thinking it would run out. And now when they want to travel, they don't have the physical capabilities of doing that. So all of that money that they've collected and did not spend is just sitting there. So that is a big regret. Follow up to the last one, the third one, is they wish they would have traveled more while they were younger, new in retirement, as opposed to waiting or, worrying about whether or not they have enough money or whatever came up in their lives that they didn't travel. Now they want to travel and they're physically limited, that they cannot hike or go to exotic places because they're not physically able to do so. So that is a big regret. They wish they, in their earlier retirement years, say they're in their early 60s or mid 60s, they're still relatively healthy and strong. That was the time that they could have traveled the world and they didn't do it, and that was a big regret. Here's a major one. They regret that they never took care of their health properly even before they retired. They didn't get their diet in shape. They didn't work out while they were still in the work mode. They were just working around the clock, trying to live their life, pay their bills, and then they retire and they wish they would have been healthier in the early years of their retirement. They didn't take care of their diet. They didn't take care of their, they didn't work out. They didn't take care of their, plan their medical situation, like do all your diagnostic testing before you retired, before you even go on Medicare, while you're still working on, say, on a work health plan. They didn't do any of those things, and that was a big regret. This one is almost, I think it's the number one, and this is, you work your whole life, and all of your social engagements really, for most people, revolve around work, your fellow employees. If you're a boss or a manager, those that you work with, or your peers, your clients, whatever. If you have a regular job and you're an employee, your peers, the other employees. That's who you may go out to work after, may go out after work, have a beer or two, whatever. You spend social time together. Now, when retirement comes, and that last day, and you say goodbye to everybody, it's a wake-up call because you're not going to see them. They're going to get on with their lives, and you have not planned how you're going to fill that social engagement calendar. You know, you're going to make new friends. It's not easy to make new friends when you're 65, 70 years old. It's just not that easy. And you know, if you live in a place that's somewhat isolated, that's even more difficult. If you live in a community, or if you decided to relocate to a retirement community, well, your chances of fulfilling that social calendar are a lot greater than if you were isolated. And personally, I think that's a good thing, you know, to live in a community with other people around you, your age, that you can get involved in different activities, different hobbies. I think that's wonderful. But that was a regret for a lot of people that they didn't think about this. They went from work, 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 going out and seeing the same people for 10, 20 years. You know, people come and go at workplace, but, you know, depending on the work you did, and then you leave. I have a business partner I worked with for 40 years. And I retired before he did, and he's 10 years older than I am. And, you know, it was like, well, we see each other all the time, and now that's cut off. What do you do? So that was like a #1 regret for most people. So that's something you should consider. What are you going to do when you retire? How are you going to fill that social calendar? Are you in a place where you could participate in different activities with people your age, people you could become friendly with? That is so important. Social engagement is so important. And here is the sort of the bonus, the kicker, talking to a bunch of retirees, and myself included in this, is the biggest regret is, why did I wait so long? I should have retired even sooner because I'm having so much fun. I'm enjoying this retirement. For me, it's been the best 10 years almost of my life. And I think if you take care and plan properly and make sure that everything is in alignment, it could be the greatest time of your life. So I wish my regret, and those that I talk to, they regret that they hadn't retired earlier and just got off that crazy train and got into the fun and play and enjoy life. So those are the 5, I think they're 5, there may even be 6 in that, a bonus, but that I compiled. Do you have any comments? What are your regrets? If you're retired already, what do you regret? Do you regret that you didn't save enough, or that you didn't take care of your health, or, you know, whatever the case may be? Let me know in the comments what your regrets are. Or, like us, maybe you regret that you should have retired. You're retiring now and you're 71. You wish you would have retired at 62, 63. Whatever. Let me know. And anyway, if you are retired or planning on retiring, trust me, it could be the greatest time of your life. Just have fun and participate in every activity you could participate, and just surround yourself with loving, great people. Until the next one, friends.